Instagram. We're back in the... Hey, turn around. There we go. In the park. It is died down significantly because the rain does not want to seem to let up today. Ooh, look at that line for the train. And all the peeps have scurried into little people places. So, we might want to go find a people place of our own, but not an indoor people place, because that's not what you do on a rainy day. You go to the outdoor people places, and it's a much better time. See, I wish we could get on the boat, but I don't think the boat's going around. Those ducks look a little bit too comfortable in that water for us to believe that the boat is going around. It's also got tarps over it, so that also doesn't bode horrendously well. Cast member. Well, the line for pirates doesn't look terrible, but it also doesn't look great. So that's not pirates. Oh yeah, and we would lose the live stream if we pirates. I always forget about that one. It's underground. It's very, very underground. What do we want to do? What's outdoors? What's a good outdoors? With the what?
With the pirate ship.
Oh, the pirate ship? No, I mean, look, there's nobody there. It's not a thing. I don't think there's even cast members on it. But there's people in the little place. Hi, Lizzie Land Adventures. We are here heading towards an outdoorsy attraction. What outdoorsy attraction do we want to do? Do we want to do the teacups? Maybe the teacups. I'm gonna head in this direction. See if. Ooh, I wonder if maybe the Astro Orbiters has a short line.
It might be down. I think Dumbo was down.
Dumbo was down? No, it's possible. In the West, it's his town of El Paso. I fell in love with a Mexican girl. What?
Who sings that again?
Marty Robbins. Dashing and daring. What? Oh, Defense Street, yes. Yes, that is the word. Alright. Yeah, Astro Orbiters does not appear to be astro orbiting. That is not so awesome.
Want to try Fantasyland?
Maybe yes. Here, baby, this way. We'll go through Fantasy Fair. Oh, puddle. Super puddle. Alright. So, we're going to see what attractions have short lines in Fantasyland. Likely none, but we might be able to get on Dumbo. We were able to Casey Jr. earlier. So, but the Astro Orbiters is definitely not going. So, I don't think that's normally supposed to be there either. They're sweeping water at us. Oh man, that smells so good. Maurice's treats. Oh, it smells so good. Alright. Heading on in. Go Pats! Had to. I mean, look, I did. They had a thing. It's rarer to find other Patriots fans on the West Coast. See that door right up there, or that window right there? It's a door We know that now because we saw the people on the last, well, not the last one, but the one before the last one, the live stream where we saw the people up at the top of the castle. Unfortunately, that one was lost to Instagram. So the only real surefire way to make sure that you see all the fun, awesome things that we see on the Instagram live stream is to, of course, follow us and watch the Instagram live stream. If you are one of the people watching this later on YouTube, follow me on Instagram at Luke_Disney. So that is finally coming down a little bit. Look at that. It's not all the way up. We're able to see the top bit. That's so exciting. This isn't nearly as exciting as all of that. Oh, snap. Oh, look, oh man, it's all completely open and effaced. But I don't think the evil queen is going to show up yet. Not yet. When it's fully back up, I'm sure she will show herself. But until then, she is in hiding. You know, it looks like the Mr. Toad's line is a little longer than we would typically like for Mr. Toad's, especially since it doesn't appear to be moving very heavily. I don't know. Dumbo looks pretty up to me. I think we're going to have to Dumbo. Are you down to Dumbo? Down to Dumbo. All right, guys. We're going to get on some airborne pachyderms. This way? There's this way? I guess? I don't know. I haven't been on Dumbo in so long. And I'm like, I didn't even know where to go. We're on number 14. But we don't get to be on that flight, I guess. I don't know. Apparently, we're not all the way down. Check out this Parisian Dumbo. Wait, you get to control the height of Dumbo? I don't remember that. Is that like a new thing? Oh, no, I'm going to tell the people. Waving to the people. Wave. And we're going to wave to the people on Dumbo. Hi, people on Dumbo.
Purple's more of a alone.
We're about to get on Dumbo. And then 28, 2019. And two magical places. Getting ready to get on the Dumbo attraction. It's super rainy here at Disney, by the way. Super rainy. But it's always the best kind of day. Because the lines tend to be shorter. There's no line here. None the line. We literally walked on. There was no line to follow. I was confused. Was he throwing up gang signs? What was he doing? I was like, was that kid throwing up gang signs or something? What was he doing? I'm lost. Like, we have a specific number? Oh, that makes sense. I don't know that that's how that works. I guess. Maybe that's how that works. Alright. We're loading. Oh, man. I don't know why, but I did not quite realize that Dumbo is over water. Why is Dumbo over water? I'm not entirely sure. Oh god, this is terrifying.
It's just like,
This is so squishy. Alright, getting for
I'm a little
sure.
bit terrified.
Are you?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yes, you did, man. Oh,
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to show the cat camera. Safety first.
mm-hmm. Sure, my ears are secured tightly, so we did go home real quick and got the things we were talking about, the rain jackets. Oh, whoa! Do we get to go all the way up? Oh, what? Get us up! Get us up there! We need altitude!
Okay, I think it's.
Oh, snap! Oh, snap! Altitude! Yes! Yeah, oh yeah. We're flying high up in this piece today. Oh, I think we're capped. You don't like? All right, we'll make a dive. Oh, taking a dive.
Spinny right.
I don't know. I feel like it's not going down. Oh, there we go.
Just take the second to actually.
Wait.
I think that's as high as
I don't know. Yeah, but look, I'm.
yeah.
Oh wait, that's up and then down.
Oh,
Ah, wow. Wow. Come on, go back up. Get up there. Ah, it's such a weird
so
feeling.
weird.
It's not like going up. It's like,
Yeah, it's just sort of strange. I didn't like that.
it's so weirdly bumpy. Wow.
Okay, it's not so bad. Kind of get used to it.
Wait, I think we're all at the same level now.
Oh.
I was like, it's not letting me do anything.
All the way up. Bring everybody up, and then we're gonna
Oh,
come
jeez.
out. Oh god.
Oh, that was intense. It wasn't intense until it got super intense. Like, that was a sharp drop, I feel like. How come they didn't let us get that level of a sharp drop earlier? It feels unfair. Okay, I think we're good? Yeah? Alright, okay, we're going. Exit! Hi. We've done one. We got Dumbo under our belt. It was oddly disorienting. I mean, I knew I was oriented the whole time, yet it was disorienting. Oh, man. The teacups are down. We can't even teacups. And Storybook Land is down. Alice is down. What? Yes! Awesome, thank you! Oh, we just got such an awesome high cast member. We didn't even say hi. Again, they came up to us. They high-fived us. They're super cool. I didn't catch her name. What was her name? Ah, man. That's true. It is rainy day. And rainy day means ponchos. Ponchos means, as we said earlier, everybody looks like the same clone. But not us. Not us with our us ponchos. See? Skylar looks pretty legit. Okay. Outdoor ride, outdoor ride. Like all the outdoorsy things are shut down. Except for Dumbo. And Tarzan. We did Tarzan earlier. Although I did feel like we were gonna die. I can admit that now that we're no longer in the treehouse. But yeah, I was pretty sure we were gonna slip and die. But then we didn't. I'm grateful for that. It doesn't look like Ariel's is even coming. Or not. Wow. Alice is even coming back up. Like, yeah, but seriously. Uh, Strange kind of situation. Yeah. What then? Is there anything even uncovered that we can do in Disneyland? What? Pixie Hollow? Wait, to see the pixies? You want to see the pixies? Okay. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, you get shrunk down so that you can go see pixies. It's true. That is a thing. But they're pixies. Okay. There appears to be some kind of. No, it's. We gotta. I think.
What are we looking for? Pixie Hollow. Pixie Hollow. Tinkerbell, right? This
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be this.
Thank you. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that other way is. I think it's like a GWG entrance or something. I'm not entirely certain. Oh, so see, this is how the size they actually are. These little houses right here. That's the size they actually are. But we can't hang out with them when they're that size because they're just too darn small and they just sound like ting 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 ting. So we have to go get shrunk down. Here we are, shrinking. Oh yeah, sure.
This is very exciting. I haven't shrunk down in size
Since Bugs Land, yeah.
Are you used to the feeling then?
Yes,
When people come through and
it's
it is a different feeling. Especially the first time.
it's actually a nostalgic feeling at this point.
Managing to stay dry.
Yes, well, decently at this point.
And you have the pants and everything.
Yep.
You Smith? Yeah, pretty bad. Oh, that's nice. It's all good.
It happens. Hi, Corbin, well. We're in Pixie Hollow. We're gonna go say hi to some pixies. And I guess Kylie's gonna get some photos with some pixies.
Yeah?
Or fairies? Are they fairies or pixies? Or is that the same thing? They are okay.
I'm asking what the difference is. That's a good question for Tinkerbell, and I've actually she should ask her. But yeah, no, it's the same.
Because I thought Tinkerbell was a pixie.
She's a fairy. Well, she's a fairy. Peter says, I do believe in fairies. No.
Yeah.
Ask her. She'll maybe Molly knows a lot about fairies and things.
Mm,
Alright, guys.
cool.
Right below the flower petals.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Alright, we're gonna go hang out with some flower petals and hopefully find out the difference between pixies and fairies. Sweet.
This is cool.
Oh, there's such bright lights. I feel like you're well lit. Look at that. Oh, well, now you're backlit. Wait. Aha! Alright.
I do feel shrunk down quite a bit.
You do?
I do.
Such bright lights. Toadstools. I have to wonder, do toads ever sit on toadstools? Or are they just named that way?
Well, isn't it because of the bumps?
Well, sure, but I'm just saying. They're big enough mushrooms in places that I feel like toads might legit chill on toadstools. Hi, Terry Family Travels. We're in Pixie Hollow. We're gonna see Tinkerbell, who appears to be wearing a jacket. Even pixies are fairy. Wait, so she's a fairy. Fairies get cold. Fairies get cold. I'm gonna try to wait, so we're doing two phones at the same time. Alright. This is weird.
It is. Well, I've never been
We're
through
so
here, so I
strong.
didn't know it takes.
We're so tiny.
I guess we were saying hi to them. Oh, is it like the princess
Yes.
thing? Oh, see, I didn't realize that that's what it's
That's why I was confused as to why you wanted to do it. But we're here now.
area that you could go
And we're
see.
going to meet Tinkerbell. And I want to know. I do want to know what exactly the difference between pixies and fairies is. That's important to me. I feel like that's one of those burning questions that just needs to be answered. All right. Oh, are we about? It looks like maybe going to be ready here shortly. In just a second. There's a stroller, and we'll be getting to meet Tinkerbell here in just a second. She's very into me. So, do you want to ask her what the difference between a pixie and a fairy is? Well, you're going to be the one going up to her and taking a picture. Okay. Because I do want to know. I need to know. Because I feel like that will help answer other. Thank you. Hello. Oh, I'm good. She wants. Yes. Hello. Verily. What? It is. That would be cool. Oh. All right. Your hood. Take the hood. All right, 3, 2, 1. Cheers. All right. Cool. Thank you. I'm good. Thank you, though. You too. Get this in my pocket. All right. The term fairy in it, but she has here. Yeah. So even Tinkerbell doesn't know, but I've heard it postulated similarly as she said, not that pixies are mean though, but that pixies are more generally mischievous, and fairies are generally more, I don't know, benevolent. But I don't know where Tinkerbell would fall in under that because she's a tinker. She fixes pots and pans, and she isn't quite benevolent. I mean, I guess fixing pots and pans might be considered benevolent. So I guess she's a fairy. And maybe if fairies get randomly mischievous, they get referred to as pixies, and it's just one of those strangely converging things. I'm just sad that we didn't get a satisfying answer.
I know, I was really expecting
I wanted things to be complete. Here, let's pop around. Let's go say hey to Snow White, or at least Snow White's wishing well. Snow White is out. Oh, there's a baby shark blanket. She got jealous of Wendy. Oh, that is true. And interestingly, in the movie Hook, I know it's not Disney, but it's still similarly related. In the movie Hook, there is somebody who yells, "You pixie devil," when she's attacking them. So, yes. So, she could be both a pixie and a fairy, just depending on her mood. See, which is a good and valid point, because in the actual novel, or the novelization of the play, Mr. Quacks, of Peter Pan, it says that fairies are not able. She's not all bad or she's not all good, or in general, but she is all bad or all good. when she is bad and when she is good, because she can only have room for one emotion at a time. So I guess, yeah, if she decided to get mischievous, she would be like basically evil, which she definitely becomes when she tries to get Wendy killed. And then, oh, is it open? Oh man, because that's the exit, which means the entrance has got to be open. Oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna do the walkthrough. Um, I guess this is. Wait, don't we kind of go in through over there? No. Okay, so we just got to go in through this side. It's fine. It's fine. We're going in. I don't even care. It's very exciting. Remember when that happened? Oh, this isn't the whole thing. It's not the whole thing. Wait, so. Oh, there it is. Yes. Oops. There's a. What's that cubby about then?
Just a little extra.
That's super weird. All right, here we go. Sleeping Beauty Castle. We found her. Ooh. Oh, I did that wrong. Oh, we got people. Oh, that's what it is. The other place is a place where you can go in as a handicapped person and you see a video of it all. Whoa. Hey, focus. There we go. It's so cool. See, it's a little bit of some curse. Yeah. She's a little baby bone. And the fairies, they said hello to the baby. And then the baby grew up and she pricked her finger and fell asleep. I love how truncated, stories and summarized stories, Disney stories get on Disney attraction. It's really humid and smells weird in here today. But, so cool. Ooh. Wait, where's it? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. We knocked everyone else out, too. What's up, fairies? Fix it. Fix it, fairies. Yes. They're just chilling. Like they're buddies. Look at her. So lazy. She just slept and slept and slept and slept. But did she know she was awaiting Noble Prince Philip? Or was she just sleeping? See, that's the thing. They say she was awaiting Noble Prince Philip, but I think she was just sleepy. Lie over the color of her dress. Huh. Demon patrol. Magnificent. Summon all the demons from the castle to prevent Prince Philip. Oh, very dark walkway. At least they have this lit. Well, it's very Chernobog. And Fantasia. Night on Bald Mountain. That's cray. Things are getting crazy. Oh, snap. It's terrifying. Turn yourself into a flame-spewing dragon. What? Oh, man. Wait, what happened to the dragon? They're making out. Oh. I guess it worked out. It's cool. We just went through the whole castle. Sweet. Oh man, that was awesome. That was so super fun. It was dry, but all the wetness, it smelled so funky in there. Like fresh floral air. And yes, it is floral because we're in Disneyland, and so it smells. What? There's a what? There's a what? Oh yeah, that's right. No, this is a place that just has like ornaments. Yeah, it's not big. I'm gonna wait out here for you. It's gonna just be a second. In the meantime, we'll look at the windows. I always love these window things. And had to get these. Yeah, no, it's tiny. Had to get my ears from the house, my custom ears. So it's a lot better. Okay, so now we need to find another outdoor attraction. That was totally an indoor attraction, but we need to find another more outdoorsy attraction. Well, the rain seems to have let up, which is unfortunate. Probably. Let's go see how the Jungle Cruise is doing. We'll cruise to the Jungle Cruise. So a lot of people don't know this. If they were to remove these railings, the actual solid railings, which are not naturally there, the drawbridge actually goes up and down. It was lowered once at Disneyland's opening in 1955, and then it was lowered one other time when Sleeping Beauty's castle was renovated in the 80s. So it's only gone up and down once. And to watch the interview with Tony Baxter talk about it, it's really great. They're like, yeah, we just sort of wanted to see if it could still do it, so we did it, and they did, and so it was. But we're still just really our main thing today, just killing time, waiting for our boarding pass. Because we got a group, but it's group 96. So it's technically a backup boarding group, but they have been getting consistently to into the hundreds of the boarding groups, like the 120, 110 range somewhere. So we are really hoping to actually be able to ride the attraction, but we also have work tomorrow, so there's gonna.
About that. I really felt like today was Saturday.
I know it does feel like a Saturday, but it's a Sunday. So we're only gonna be able to wait it out only so long, only so long. Dole Whip. You want a Dole Whip? There appears to be no line. No, no Dole Whip.
No, I like the lemon one at the Adorable Snowman and yeah.
Oh, the one I threw away.
She's the one that broke my heart.
Yes. Incidentally, for those who may have watched the live stream where I did throw away half a Pixar Faire parfait, my wife was not there with me, and when she watched the live stream later, had words. She had some words and emotions for the fact that I chucked out like $3 of a parfait.
Where's the main line for Jungle?
It's way out there. There's certain attractions we just haven't done so much since I've been able to be non-GWD again. I don't know. Let's see, what's the wait time? Is it 5 or 15? It's 5. Oh, do we want a jungle cruise? I guess we're jungle cruising. I guess. We get on the jungle cruise. Boats, 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 boats. Are we gonna have to go upstairs? Nah, okay, cool. Upstairs is just the extended queue. That goes all the way up there. It's a whole crazy thing. Cast members throwing up gang signs. Everybody's throwing up gang signs today. What's going on? Is that a Moana boat? It is Moana. No, it's there's no Moana, but it does very look. It looks it's a Moana style boat. Oh man, I just half freaked out for a second because I was like, "Where's my backpack?" It's at home. I left the backpack at home because it's too wet for the gimbal. Well, it is a boat. Boats move. Scoop. Okay.
Anyone's first time, anyone's first time, mine too. Anyone's last time. Mine too.
It's always the possibility.
So, that's the top of the boat. That's the bottom of the boat. And for any reason, the bottom does become the top. Where the boat, like a hat, it's capsized.
Haha.
Who can swim? Raise your hand. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so if we do sink, hang on to them. Your only hope getting back. Only hope. Watch your head, watch your step. We're just waiting on our last 2 suckers. Sailors. Sorry.
I'm excited for the movie to come out. I'm excited for the movie. That'll be fun.
Oh, that'll be Alright, now we're just counting on the magical words.
What the heck is going on right now? Interesting.
To increase your chances of survival, remain seated, keeping all hands, arms, feet, legs, elbows, fingernails, toenails, everything inside this boat. Remain seated and watch our children. My name is Cheyenne, and I will be your skipper for as far as we get. We're all traveling through the rainforest where it does rain 365 days a year. And if you look right over here, you will see our sign of danger in all white letters. Lucky for you, I can read all signs of danger. Now, if you look right over there, you will find the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. Do you know why they named it the Temple of the Forbidden Eye? Well, because the Temple of the Forbidden Me would have been terrible grammar. Now, if you look right over there, you will see a gigantic Indo-Chinese tiger. Do you know why tigers are striped? They hate being spotted. I know. Now watch out for Ginger snaps. I saw that. That's Ginger. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have landed ourselves in the elephant bathing pool. The whole herd has gathered here today to take a bath. It's okay, you can take pictures. They all have their trunks on. It's okay. That's Bertha. Yeah, she's been in the shower for a very long time. For all my children on board, that means if you stay in the shower for too long, you'll turn into an elephant. Yeah, that's baby squirt. A lot of people think that that's water coming out of baby squirt's nose, but it's not. Squirt, dang. No. You're gonna get me all naked. I'm not kidding. Just kidding. Just a little dry humor for you.
Oh, snap.
That looks dangerous. Okay, let's go find out what's going on. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the shoes have taken over. Oh, no. If you're wearing yellow, don't make any sounds like a banana. They find it very appealing.
Ooh, look, the front side of water.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, behind me we have Schweitzer Falls, named after our famous explorer, Dr. Albert Falls. If you didn't get it, don't worry. You'll go over it later. Alright, now we are now headed down the Nile River. It does in fact go down for Nile, and Nile, and Nile. And if you don't believe me, you must be in denial. Did you just say denial? That's a good one. I was gonna say disbelief. I may take that from you. Yeah, that's a good one. Now, ladies and gentlemen, right over here we have an African bull elephant. It is very rare here in the jungle. Very rare. But in fact, we have one more right over here. Oh, I didn't see that. Yes, it is the most feared of them all. Would you look at that? Wow. Oh, okay, we're in the African goat. Here we have zebras so old they're still in black and white. We have long-necked cheetah, and those must be new. Now these helpful lions are taking care of this sleeping zebra because she looks dead. And tired, of course. She needs lots of sleep. Now this is the last safari I've been looking for. I told him not to argue with that rhino because it will in fact get his point in the end eventually. It was a very uplifting experience. Oh dear. Now, if you look right over there, you can find my favorite plant. Hippo! Hippo! No, my favorite plant. Oh, the hippo! Hippos? Wait. Okay, look. They only attack when they blow bubbles and wiggle their ears. We're okay, right? Right? No? Okay, I'm gonna scare them away. Cover your ears. Shoot 'em. They heard it. They knew. They knew I was coming through.
No.
Because they sang six notes last week and five more mine. Yeah, this is my last crew. Yeah, they finally put their heads together and they made a sculpture. Alright, now my dancing vocals. Let me see if I can translate what they're saying. Thank you. I got nothing. I don't know. I've been in the jungle for a really long time. Oh my gosh, stop! Okay, cool. So if you didn't know you got hit, I'm sorry. But you have to pull it out and throw it back. You can't keep souvenirs. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the moment you've all been waiting for the moment you actually did come on board. It is in fact the wonderful, the amazing, the stupendous, in fact the eighth wonder of the world. It would be the backside of water! Woo! Oh, too late! Such an explosive joke. But just the head on the left? Yeah, the head on the left. Alright, so we are going to pause right here. And the locals tell me it is in fact a great place to fish because the fish are always biting, but oh my goodness, let's get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Underneath those goggles are man-eating piranhas. Very thankful I'm a woman. Now at the head you'll find a python sitting in a tree, Hissing. First comes love, then comes asphyxiation. Yeah, he had a crush on me one time. I got real wrapped up in it. Oh, man. Now, up ahead, we have our head salesman of the jungle trader, Sam, and his companion, Ellie. Now, Sam tells me he enjoys Ellie for her personality, but I think it is for the truck's sake. That is the end. Did you have fun? Cheer if you had fun. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, out of all my boats, you have definitely been one of them. Now, as we approach the dock, we're getting heated. Keep all hands.
Hello, you're a Disney kid.
Inside the boat at all Get out. Outside, I was there. Please get out. If you're on the jungle side exit right that way, you'll be helped out by the rear of the boat. Don't get too excited. If you're seated on the dock side, go ahead and exit toward the center. Watch your head, watch your step. If you do miss your step and hit your head, watch your language. There's children and they love to learn new words.
Well, it's always good to expand their vocabulary.
Watch your head and step.
All right. Woo. Hello. How was the Jungle Cruise? We've done quite a bit this live stream. It's been quite a little bit of a time. All right, what do we want to do next? Well,
Are there any other...
not really. All right, folks. We've done a couple of attractions on live. I'm going to save some battery power and we're going to go live again a little bit later. See ya. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for following. We're back again. This is actually going to be the last live of the day. It's getting later, around 5:30, and we have boarding group 96, as we had discussed previously. But unfortunately, even at 5:30, they are only boarding groups 57 and 58. Now, the fact that they're boarding groups that close together is usually an indication that they went down at some point in the day, and it was probably a longer point in the day that they went down. So, we've decided that because we have work tomorrow, Harley has work tomorrow too, that we probably aren't going to be able to wait for our standby group to be called, because technically boarding group 96 is a standby group, because anything after boarding group 81 is a standby group if they can get to it. It's feeling like they're not going to get to it, and if they do get to it, it's probably going to be after we've dipped out. So we've just decided to just do that. So we're going to dip out, but I did tell you guys several live streams, and we are doing that. So we're at least going to try to get a couple of little extra things in before. There's what? Oh, wow. Whoa, there's so many quacks. Mr. Quacks is going crazy. It's mobbing Mr. Quacks. We are going to take the monorail out, so at the very least we'll get some monorail action. Do we want to head towards the monorail right now, or do we want to give it a second?
Do we want to try and see what time
It doesn't tell you the times, and this is the frustrating part. Because I know, as you can see with this very still water, that they do the things, but I think it's on the half hour. And so we have potentially 5 minutes until that, 4 minutes until that.
Is there anybody viewing?
What? We could, it looks like the astro orbiters might be orbiting.
Okay, well, let's try maybe.
Do we want to maybe see if we can astro orbiters before the monorail?
Oh, but I have a beverage.
Oh, and stuff. You don't want to finish your beverage?
Oh, no, I got it.
Oh, I'm good. Oh. Well, that line doesn't look so bad. I don't know, what do you think?
Well, I wasn't a huge fan of Dumbo, and I think that this is going to be...
It's a Dumbo Pete. It's not a repeat. It's a Dumbo Pete. It's not quite all the way there. Why does it smell so much like chicken wings over here? You know what? That must be the Carnation Cafe again. I think This is like the third or fourth time this has happened. That we've been like, why does it smell so much like chicken? Well, at this point, we have 2 minutes if it's going to show up. So we might just as well stick around for 2 minutes and see. Wait, that looks like some sort of scaffolding up there on the castle. You see that?
I know.
Like right up there.
How interesting.
What is that?
Just that little piece.
Yeah, it's like handles, like railing or something.
Interesting.
What the heck is that?
Every time I hear the jingling in Pixie Hollow, I think that the...
Oh, wait, one. Frustrating? Sorry. Mr. Quacks!
Oh, there's so many.
Hello, Mr. Quacks. I'm not engaging you. You're coming up to me. And I'm not going to go much further in this interaction for my and your safety. Are we cool, Quacks?
I think we're cool.
They think?
I think so.
Yes. Oh no.
Space Mountain.
He's coming back. Or these ones are coming to investigate.
Oh yeah, they're getting really close. Hi guys.
Hello, Mr. Quacks. I'm sorry, Mr. Quacks. I have nothing for you.
Sorry.
Mr. Quacks. Other Mr. Quacks. There's a lot of Mr. Quacks here.
There are a lot of Mr. Quacks.
And they want something, but I don't know what they want. I don't have any bread for you guys. And it'd be gluten-free bread anyway. No, I don't think you'd like that. All right. Oh,
Oh, it's all kids.
they're going for the baby. They know the easy targets. All right, so we got like 30 seconds left to see if it's going to actually start. And now we're at 5:30. I don't think it's going to start till later. It's probably going to be like 7:30 or 8. I think it's got to be darker because otherwise it doesn't do the thing. Well, it's not going to do it right now. So do you want to?
I'm like, I so want to
I
see it.
know.
I love it. It's so beautiful.
I know. It's okay. When we get home, we'll watch the video on my channel, and then it'll be like we watched it today, except not. But I do kind of want to see what's going on with this this scaffold kind of deal. Like, what is that? It's so odd. This weird piece of metal on the castle. Let's get past these people taking pictures of the castle and figure out, hey, I never noticed that square tree. So what is going on here? They got wires running? What is that? Here, let me see if I can zoom in. Oh, yeah. The heck is that? I don't know. How funky. That is just absolutely. I feel like they're getting ready to do something.
I know.
Because that's what I'm saying. 2 days ago, there were people. Hello, people. There were people actually up on top of the castle. What? Oh, I thought you said something.
Oh, no, not me.
But they're not there anymore. I don't know what they're getting ready to do. It's looking a little dodgy. We'll see. Alright, we're headed into the Fantasyland region. Or did we want to go through Tomorrowland? Well, we kind of got to go into Tomorrowland. So we'll go through the Fantasyland region and then into Tomorrowland. Matterhorn!
Best ride in Disneyland.
So we've had a couple of fast passes today that we ended up not using, sadly. Because we were elsewhere at the time of their coming up. Like, for instance, we just ate at the Blue Bayou because we could. So I know earlier today I said, yeah, you totally got to get reservations because we won't be able to do anything cool. And for the most part, that's true. If you got your heart set on a thing, then totally reserve it. That being said, again, being willing to sort of go with the flow will help you in a lot of... Oh, no. That's a flow you don't want to go with. Hold on. Just for a second. I got to tie my shoe. Okay. Going with the flow. We just happened to be walking by the Blue Bayou. And it didn't look like there was a ton of people in the waiting area. So we walked up and we asked, babe, are you taking reservations only or are you doing standby seating? That is the term you want to ask. Is you say, hey, is there any standby seating? And the guy was like, yep. And we're like, no way! Now, unfortunately, okay, that was weird. Unfortunately, hey, Sparkle Girl! We had gone to the Blue Bayou with the intention of getting a Monte Cristo sandwich. However, we had gone to the Blue Bayou shortly after the transition back to dinner, which we did not realize, and we did not get the Monte Cristo sandwich, which is apparently only on... Hello, Disney bucket list family. Only on the lunch menu. So, if you're craving a Monte Cristo sandwich, do it earlier.
Oh, where am I going?
Well, we are headed to the monorail, but at the same time, Autopia looks like it has no line. Like, do you see a line? Wait, huh? Oh, right. You have stuff. Okay, right. It's alright, wait, hold on, I just want to sort of see if there's a line. Oh yeah, no there is, never mind. It was a hidden line. They hid it. And they hid it well. Alright, so we're just gonna monorail then. Which is totes fine. We Nemo'd earlier. I wasn't on live for that, so get ready, because there's gonna be a Nemo full ride through. I only got the portcullis view, but I mean, shoot, there is like no line for Nemo. Dude, nah, we won't. We're just gonna monorail. We'll do more Nemo adventures later on, but for now, we're just gonna... Hello. Very near. He's standing in the middle of the road.
Oh my goodness, you would think I wouldn't get startled. And yet, I get startled every time.
Every time. To be fair, it startles the ever-living out of me. It's a loud horn. Wait. Let's see if we can get this cast member. Hi, cast member. Anyway, we gotta zoom in on this one. Wave.
They're on their attraction.
Yeah, but I've gotten waves before, man. Those are the only cast members that I've ever been able to get a wave from while they're operating their attraction. And it's because their attraction actually involves looking out at the rest of the stuff. I wouldn't get one like on a console or something like that, but like literally I've stood and waved at these cast members in there. And like one time there was a guy being trained. I could tell because there was a guy very, very much so standing over his shoulder, and he poked him, pointed at me, and then waved. Like the trainer waved and was like, no, you gotta wave at these guys. when they wave at you, you gotta wave back. And he was like, oh, okay, and he waved. And it was actually when I was doing the sunset over Tomorrowland time lapse. So if anyone has seen that time lapse video, if you slow it way down, and then zoom in to one of these folks down in there, you actually might see one waving back.
Please make sure it's folded down to its smallest, most compact size before boarding. If your stroller cannot fold, unfortunately, it cannot be
Let's scooch in here.
This is a rare turn to one stop and down from Disney. The next stop here at the Tomorrowland monorail station where everybody must park.
See if we can get caboose.
Once again, folks will watch your head and your step as it is low clearance into the monorail. Just a friendly reminder that Disneyland Park does close tonight at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
Monorail closes at 11 as well. The last flight of the night out of Tomorrowland is at 11. If you guys are coming in downtown Disney and wish to come back to Disneyland, please go for Disneyland Park.
Can we get the back? Is that possible? Just the two of us. Well, and the people on Instagram. Luckily, they don't take much space. I just got a notification from Indeed. I haven't been looking for a job in a long enough amount of time. They want me to come back and look for a job. Sorry, I'm pretty set, guys. Hey, we're in a caboose kind of day because we rode Casey Jr. on the caboose. Hi, Florida Mouse.
That was really fun.
And now we're gonna do the monorail on the caboose. This is very caboose. We're caboosed out. That's what we're doing. Sweet. See? That's all. Hi, Colleen on you. You gotta. That's all you gotta do is ask. Just ask. And then we'll go in the back. It'll be sweet. And all the people on live stream will get to see the caboose. Awesome. Sweet, thank you. Perfect. Alright. Caboose time. Hi, the wonderful world of Brittany. Welcome. Gonna be heading down on the monorail. Guys, look. The monorail. It's the best way to go in and out of the park. Because then you don't have to walk all the way through the park to get here.
It is really cool that it's cloudy.
It is. I wonder if it's going to rain later. I think 5 o'clock was supposed to be about the peak time. Although it hasn't been super crazy rainy since. Like they've got we're doing it. Here we go.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Disneyland monorail.
More wave. Oh, I love it when they wave.
Got a whole bunch of dancing from the cast members. See, that was like a 6 times high cast member. That was a non-audible high cast member.
That was fast.
That's Harbor Boulevard for you folks. And we're coming up to some of my favorite spots. So that is Harbor Point. That is a backstage section. That's how you get to costuming right in through there. Costuming. That building right there is costuming. That's where you get your costumes when you're a cast member. It's a whole, like, mall-sized clothing place. It's not even a store. But you're able to choose from thousands of costumes, all tailored to exactly your fit. Do you see it? Backstage. More backstage. I know. Man, the conductor is not playing around. Normally the monorail doesn't quite look this epically fast. It seriously is. If we didn't live so ridiculously close, I would be inclined to actually spend money on that place. I've stayed there once, and it was amazing. But it also costs as much as a car to stay there. So.
Please remain seated until the monorail comes to a complete stop and the doors open. Then gather your belongings, lower your head, watch your step, and exit to the left of the monorail. Thanks for traveling with us today. And we hope you enjoy your visit to the Disneyland Resort. For those of you continuing with us, we'll begin our return trip to Tomorrowland in just a few minutes.
Tortilla. And we're going to do something we haven't really done on live before. That is go through downtown Disney. Not a lot of downtown Disney though, because we took the monorail, so it's only going to have some of downtown Disney.
Just a little bit.
Just a little. Moving backwards. They're going to take us back.
Backwards.
There you go. Back to Disneyland. We've now become the front. I cracked the hatch. Sally down. Ooh, that's some air. That is a temperature of air. It's not an incredibly comfortable temperature of air, but it is what it is. Okay, sad times, every time, and that is the time we leave. Oh, come on. That guy was waving goodbye at us, but we weren't there. He was waving goodbye at somebody else. But he was waving goodbye to us at the same time. There was a tandem wave. There they go. Running in downtown Disney. Shouldn't do it. Don't do that. You'll get yelled at by a cast member. What? People think that the world is their oyster. And the world is an oyster. It's not necessarily for you. It's an oyster we all enjoy, folks. Let life be enjoyed by all. Don't run in downtown Disney, because you'll run someone over. And it'll hurt. You and them. Be courteous, man. That's all it is. Be kind. Be happy. Be healthy. Oh, trademark. Ah! Hi, Disney boy fan. So, we are winding down the evening. We are abandoning our standby group because it's going to be way too late, and we're headed back to Pixar Pat. Wait, are we Mickey and Friends? We're in Mickey and Friends, but we're on live for just a little bit longer because we're going over this way because there's some folks who have not seen the awesome Downton Disney walkway. And it is exactly that. It is awesome. Thank you. Have a good night. You always think cast members, even if they didn't personally do something, they are a representative of Disney who just showed us an incredible time. And so we always like to express our gratitude for that by saying thank you. Here we go. For our awesome downtown Disney walkway that now connects Mickey and Friends, and we don't have to do that terrifying walk of death across Magic Way that gets crazy.
We have a nice park walkway.
Yes, look at this. Look at this landscaping. Look at this wide, spacious walkways. And we get to be right next to the monorail, which is also neat. Now, the only major bummer about this whole situation is that they've subsequently turned all of this downtown Disney parking into a cast lot. Now, for the cast members, I will admit, that's pretty sweet. Because as a cast member, especially a cast member who lived like a mile away, we found out something interesting. If you live super close to Disney, it becomes more of a hassle to drive to work than to not. Because you have to go park at the ball parking lot or the Catella lot, and then you have to park in some epically huge uncovered parking lot, by the way, and then you have to be shuttled on the Disney shuttle all the way to Harbor Point. Then you get dropped off at Harbor Point, then you have to go through security, through the costuming area, and if you are already in costume, if you had your costume previously, got dressed, came to work, and did all of that, you have to go through costuming anyway. Then you exit through the backstage point that's near the main gate of Disneyland, and if you work in DCA, you then have to go across the lobby into another security checkpoint, through the backstage area, so I worked in Cars Land, thank goodness. If I worked in Paradise Pier, it would have been even more. Because then you have to go through, around, across, on stage, across the Hollywood Street, back through It's Tough to Be a Bug area, then across, it used to be through It's Tough to Be a Bug, but now I guess you wouldn't go through the It's Tough to Be a Bug area. You would go down, up the main parade route.
Yeah.
And then,
very easy at all.
And then you'd have to, luckily, at that point, I'm good. I'm at my attraction on Mater's, but Kylie had Silly Symphony swings and jumpin' jellies, so she had to go all the way down to the parade route.
Back end.
Past the obelisk, over to Paradise Garden Grills, or Paradise Gardens, and then where was your guys' clock-in point? Is that under Silly Symphony?
It's right underneath. Yeah, there's a closet underneath this.
There's a clock-in under Silly Symphony and Mater's. It's actually Mater's Shack. The cast members go into Mater's Shack, clock in, and then do the job. How is the sensation of stay on Disney parks? I'm not sure what that means. Sensation of stay on Disney parks.
Like when you stayed at the Grand?
Oh, when I stayed at the Grand? When I stayed at the Grand, if that's what you're talking about, I'm not sure. But when I stayed at the Grand, we had a park-facing room, and it was spectacular because we had a balcony, and my love of Disneyland and DCA's so much that it was not bad weather. Like, it was really comfortable weather when we stayed there. And so I actually just slept on the balcony. Like, technically in the park. There's no rule against it, so I brought my blanket and my pillow out there. set up and fell asleep. Now, it's not like the music was playing, obviously. It was just working lights and sounds and whatnot. But waking up, I woke up to everybody doing their pre-checks, turning the attractions on. And, you know, we ended up going in slightly later because at the time we had plans of when we were going to do our magic morning. So for the most part, we would just wake up slightly early. And back then, you didn't have to get to the park prior to opening to be able to get on a certain attraction. So I was able to basically be woken up by the park awakening. There's very little better than that. And in fact, I've subsequently tried to figure out there's got to be a way to have like an alarm clock that just wakes you up to Disney park ambience. Because if that was the case, I don't want it. There's got to be like an app that wakes you up with a video or something. One of these days, I'm going to just come to the park, set up a tripod, and just get a total Disney Parks ASMR kind of just the park. And it's just like an hour and a half of just sitting at one spot. It'll be pretty sweet. But that takes just an hour and a half to burn. Which, come often enough, I guess we could do. So this is the new courtyard at the Mickey and Friends and Pixar Pals parking lot. It's still new to a lot of people. I know. Really dig on the accent lighting. The new way. Now, we don't typically tram in because we like Tomorrowland. So that requires walking over to downtown Disney and jumping on the monorail. That, and when the park's really busy, a lot of the times, the tram loading area over there will start to get a little bit backed up. Now, there are...
The different colored lights. I don't think I've noticed that.
Oh, I didn't realize that either.
Pixar?
Yeah, they're colored lights differently according to the color of their floor.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Sorry. Random.
That's fine. The tram loading areas can get really congested though, and we tend to just we like the downtown Disney people and everything.
Well, we enjoy the walk.
We do. We enjoy the walk, and the tram. That's a lot of people. Like a lot of people that just squish it in on you. And since we're not like in a bigger group, if you're in a slightly bigger group, yeah, totally take the tram because it's gonna do a couple of things for you. A, you're gonna get people in your group complaining about any kind of walk. It's part of the reason we're such huge fans of coming to the parks in very teeny little groups. Like, much more than 3 or 4 is too much. We are fans of 1, 2, maybe 3. 4, it's too much. But if you have a bigger group, definitely take the train. It's what you need to do. Because otherwise you have to deal with the logistics of trying to walk quickly and efficiently through a crowd. And if you have a bunch of people, they're all going to basically create walls, and it's going to just drive everyone nuts. Just take the train. If you're here with fewer peeps, ooh, what's going on there? Then just do the walk. It's fast. Is there a taco truck back there?
It probably is for cast members because sometimes they do have taco trucks.
I don't remember taco trucks.
Oh, there were always taco trucks.
I remember having to go to the in-between or the... Oh. Okay, so when we got here, we got sent to the way back. We weren't super far away. We were actually like 8E when we first got here. And then we went home, and then we got our updated stuff, which, believe me, was wholly necessary. I think my sweater gained like 3 pounds of water weight because of how much it was weighing. So had to go switch that out for a dry sweater, dry pants. Like it's soaked through like 3 layers of clothes that are just now all drying in our bathroom. So the backside of Galaxy's Edge, you can definitely see Galaxy's Edge. And that big building right there, the one that we're looking at right now, that huge epic thing, is Rise of the Resistance. Now, I wasn't documenting it like I should have been when it was being built, but Fresh Baked was, so be sure to check out. I think he just recently did a construction recap, and so that was really cool. There's a little Fresh Baked plug. In fact, we saw David earlier. It's cool. We see them a lot in park, and we wave. Beautiful parking structure. We're on Classic. Mickey's the OG, of course. Wait, ready? Gonna high five the Mickey. High five. Mickey's a boy. Oh God. I know we were super far back. 4 sounds right. It sounds rightish. And unfortunately, we're not in your car, so we can't do the beep beep. They're just somewhere. Well, I'm about to get run down by this guy exiting, and are almost ourselves finished exiting. So, I thank you all for joining us on Instagram today. The couple of live streams we done will be posted up on the YouTube within this week, so that you'll be able to rewatch and catch the things you missed. Once again, if you are watching this on YouTube, please be sure to follow me on Instagram so you don't miss anything. I do little teeny live streams that I don't upload on YouTube a lot, and of course all the fun stuff. And you can't comment on YouTube because of the channel settings. I can't actually change that. I'm sorry. So if you do want to join in the conversation, be part of the community, talk about stuff, let me know what you think of videos. If you hate it, tell me. I want to know. But if you want to get in on the conversation, you got to be part of the Instagram community. And so, yeah. Hi, the last podcast you want? Oh, you joined. After it's done, so it'll be great. But thanks for joining. We gotta get home. It's late. It's not very late, but it's gonna get late, and we're so tired. We've been here since 8. We're almost at 12 hours. So. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye. Oh, real quick. Right. We're coming back Wednesday. Gonna do our construction update on Wednesday. Gotta do that. And we have reservations. We're gonna be coming on Friday as well. Checking out what they got going on for Valentine's Day. It's gonna be all kinds of fun. So be sure to tune in. We're gonna do live streams on those days. At least, not sure if we're gonna come that weekend. Maybe not. But remember to tune in on Wednesdays when we do our construction updates and general live. That's the schedule of live streams. These are the extemporaneous ones. They're so much fun. So, all right, guys. Thanks. Be sure to subscribe. All this stuff. See you later.